us all.
Before we get into anything, hello Dana Shiver. Thanks Chris, Old Lady Patriot, Roy, and everyone for commenting. But Dana, I have no reply button for you since yesterday, because I've always been able to reply. I've always seen your beautiful comments. Just to let you know that I'm not ignoring you for any reason, and unfortunately, I can't answer, and I reported it, so we'll see what happens. Hi everyone, thanks so much for stopping by the Research Channel. I can't thank you all enough. Thanks for those of you who take the time to subscribe. This is today's sun, a very aggressive sun, several solar flares again. I don't know if you all know or have heard about the Carrington event. First, understanding just how big solar flares can get and how dangerous it can be. Events just as one of many superstorms in Earth's past. Scientists reveal the potential for even more massive and even more potentially destructive eruptions from the sun to come. And this was very recently posted just at the beginning of October this year in 2021. So for those of you who don't know about the Carrington event, first, actually, this is awesome, guys, while we're looking at the sun today. In a matter of seconds, Proxima Centauri is the nearest star to our sun. It got thousands of times brighter. This was in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, brighter than usual, up to 14,000 times brighter in the ultraviolet range of that spectrum. The radiation burst was, check it out guys, was strong enough to split any water molecules that might exist anywhere on the planet or star. Earth-sized planet orbiting that star, repeated blasts of that magnitude might have stripped the planet of any atmosphere. Oh, it had atmosphere. So that is good to know. But the sun does have those moments, and more famously in the pre-dawn hours of September 2nd in the year 1859. At that time, it was a horror film, guys. It was horrendous. A brilliant aurora lit up the entire planet, appearing as far south as Havana. Folks in Missouri could read by the light. It was so bright, while miners sleeping outdoors in the Rocky Mountains woke up and, thinking it was dawn, started making breakfast. The whole of the northern hemisphere was alight, as though the sun had set 1 hour before. Meanwhile, telegraph networks went haywire. Sparks flew from equipment, some of which caught on fire and electrocuted many people also. And operators in Boston and Portland, Maine, yanked telegraph cables from the batteries to turn all the power off, but everything remained functional, powered by the electrical energy surging through Earth. Earth was like a light bulb. The events of that Friday evoked biblical descriptions. By studying all the traits and characteristics of asteroids, UFOs, you see how that object coming towards the sun was far away, then came close, and look at it now, get further and further away. Let's see that again on another angle. Real capture of something going around the sun, and as you see it coming from behind the sun, going as what we can say either behind it or in front of it, look on the other side, you'll see it go again back on the other side around the sun. So this object's in orbit around the sun. It either just entered the solar system and it's going to head back out into space where it came from. Maybe it's just a visitor, maybe a UFO. Let's get serious. Copernicus crater. In this image, If you force your eyes and do whatever you have with the tools at home, just by pausing it using a lens, you could tell there are towers there, right where the circle was, right beside Copernicus crater. Are they cable towers? Information towers? All those objects that are there, and all those smokes and hazes and fires and flickering lights, and even biological creatures. It has to be. I have something in this video that I'm going to show you. A certain type of light moving around the surface does not have any of the characteristics of the UFOs. Okay, maybe a couple of characteristics, but not the ones that they're supposed to have. Here's another one. Another object, two objects on the moon going towards each other. This is beautiful footage. It's beautifully shown, and you can see very well the surface. Let's see that one more time. There they are. Objects on the surface approaching each other. One looks like a total ghost. I mean, it's got like, look at it. It's doing something to move ahead. You can see it gets elongated and then compresses itself, and then elongates itself and compresses itself. So it's like, what can it be? Bianchini crater. What do you think of that, guys? Look up the size of Bianchini crater. Look at anyone showing Bianchini crater, and it's not that close. You need a large telescope to get it that close, and a good technique. The larger the telescope, the better. Even though they're saying the opposite. Trust me. For me, the larger the better. Duh. Oh, you need a small scope for the moon. What the hell is it with the Matrix? It's ridiculous. The system's a real joke. All those objects that are on the surface brought me almost to tears. When I found all this out, I was overwhelmed, and I was sure one video is all it would have taken. My goal was to share it with people, so that's a success. But surprisingly, a lot of, and you guys know, small, silly moon videos of black and white images get millions of views, but not the real thing. What do you think of these three very different small to strong magnification? On the top right, on the left, and on the bottom right is the biggest. Look at the small circle and the circle on the left, and that's what we're going to see close up, and it's the whole surface, nothing but the truth, and you could see the surface. You could see that massive, gaping hole at the end of Aristarchus crater, which even in NASA images on Wikipedia are so small you need a magnifying lens to see these areas. And now we know why. Here's an object catching on fire. You see smoke. You see it illuminating. It's spiraling out of control on this, in the atmosphere of the moon. And again, look at all those smokes and hazes around, all that movement on the surface. Dusts, hazes, clouds, whatever it may be, it sure is dense. It's very thick. Here again, they're actually biological creatures. I'm going to show you a light going inside of the crater. This is absolutely fascinating. You can't explain this. It leaves another light behind. There it is. A little light will remain behind. It stopped there for some reason where that light was, or left the light there, and you'll see it descend. Oh, isn't that sweet? Look at the truth descending inside the crater. Do you see it changing angles? It's not going across the page, the screen, the page. It's not going across the screen. It's going inside that bloody crater. Easy proof. Check it out. Explosion, you say? No, because explosions don't change areas on the moon, and other lights light up at the same time as an explosion miles away. Why? There it is. Right, left, right, left. Which one do you want? You want a big, you want a small. Okay? All the proof is there. They're moving around on the surface, and the reason why they're hidden, that's what I had to explain. Well, my explanation is the smokes, hazes, or clouds. Gases coming from that light that I just showed you. A UFO under a cloud-covered moon. Let's face the facts. They admitted recently about the water. I'm so excited. Last year. Or was it the beginning of this year? I don't even know. It was just so fast, one after the other. There's that light under the hazes, leaving streaks of smokes as it's waddling itself around left and right. No straight trajectory, going inside of a crater. So how big do you think that bloody object is? Look what it's doing to the surface. I have proof that the UFO is touching the surface. Look, it's illuminating it. That's incredible proof. Not for nothing. This channel is definitely hidden. But I really need all of your help to keep coming back to see the videos if you do appreciate the videos. Thank you so very much. They up there sitting down in that pontoon. They from everybody up in their belly party. They coming here so soon. Yeah, aliens up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are mining on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter 'cause disclosure's coming soon.